I've never seen such an awesome man. When others were still struggling to survive in the wild, he has excavated luxurious caves in the mountains. Shelter. Not only do we use slide rails to solve the transportation problem of soil, using bamboo to design a whole house heating system, and then later on, through the extraction of groundwater, create a luxurious infinity swim directly indoors. Qixiao's life is not too good. The man's name is Awei. Very suitable for just because I don't want to have children with my wife. He ran into the mountains alone and hid. Only see. And he picked out a very attractive little potato. The soil above is golden in color, soft texture, so he immediately took out the manuscript and attacked. Thanks to his many years of experience in moving bricks, Wei's arm strength is amazing. Plus he has one that he has to stay away from. Wife's determination. So he is almost dug a hole that could hold him. And then he turned around. Start expanding a larger activity space around. As more and more soil is excavated, he also has to clean the earthwork at any time. I saw him leveling the position of the corners. Then use branches and ropes. Draw a circle on the mound. Then use a shovel to remove the soil outside the circle. In order to transfer the excavated soil, Awei went nearby to collect 2 homemade logs. Then I found a few more stakes. Hit the ground hard. And it extends from the inside to the outside of the hole. Then he put the homely logs on the stake. Secure with nails. It is said that these wild nails are very expensive. For every kilogram there is a kilogram. It weighs as much as 2 caddies of gold. He then assembles a base out of the log. After confirming that he can operate normally, you can also install the wood mine and connect it. All you have to do is pack the soil in the wood mine. They can be easily transported out of the cave. It would have taken a whole day's work. Now it's all done in half an hour. I have to. This kid really lost 2 sets of 3 sets of clothes. He really has a set. And after cleaning up the soil indoors, so he picks up the shovel and starts digging. He has a bedroom for himself on the left. Therefore, he starts with a shovel and pulls out the outline of a semicircle on it. And then we're going to dig further in. Awei is 23 this year. At least 30 years of construction experience. So with his strong tendon meat, he soon succeeded in digging up a bed tower. And for the convenience of lighting, he dug up a cover story on the wall. It's just right for candles. Although I only have one person. But the position of the edge of the bed must also be decorated to the end. And wait until the wall is also dug up in the corner. Awei began to attack the wall on the side. This will be his future kitchen area. The cabinets on either side can be used to hold tableware and storing firewood. And the middle of it is for the fireplace. I saw that Awei did not agree with a word, so he directly excavated. Soon you get a groove that extends inward. And the edges of the grooves are very square. To say that this kid has no obsessive-compulsive disorder, then I can't trust him. To ensure the safety of fire, Awei also needs to dig out a shallot from top to bottom. It sounds complicated, but it's not easy at all. Because whenever the excavation error exceeds 1 millimeter, all previous efforts in the excavated cave may be in vain. Then Wei tests with candles. After confirming that the smoke can be discharged smoothly, he digs down with a shovel. Dig out the firewood burning area from the bottom. Fix the middle into the shape of a stove. Then this fireplace is done. Considering that living in a cave is prone to rheumatism, so Wei walks along the edge of the fireplace again. Dig a groove. He's going to use pipes to transfer the heat from the fireplace, so that you can sleep. You can also feel the warmth of the fireplace, in order to heat the entire bed evenly. Then he dug up 3 branches on it. After confirming that your feet will not freeze, so he pulled out a tape measure, accurately measured the length of each groove. Then he went to collect a pile of bamboo nearby. First use the wooden stick to attack the bamboo fierce stomach. Hollow out all the bamboo joints inside. After confirming that the smoke can circulate smoothly inside, and we cut them with a saw. And in order for them to fit together smoothly, Wei also needs to chisel grooves in the tops of them. He then pre-assembled the pipes. After confirming that there is no problem, we bring them back indoors for installation. Thanks to his grooves on every section, have been accurately measured. So it's just right to put the supervisor in now. And after the branches on the bed are installed in place, it can be stuffed with small wooden pegs on the bamboo tube. Temporarily seal the air outlet hole above. Then fill the groove with a layer of soil, so as to bury the bamboo tubes below. Prevent its heat pipe from sticking its own cold butt. Part of the wall. It's also covered with clay. Make sure it integrates with the surrounding walls. After completion, Awei collected a pile of dry firewood from outside. Put it in the fireplace and light a campfire. Wait until the flames are burning. The heat inside will spread forward along the pipe. Awei quickly tried it with his hands. The heating effect is really great. Then he went outside to collect a pile of bamboo slices. Prepare to weave yourself a straw mat. I saw that he first fixed 3 threads in front. Then put in the bamboo slices in turn and start weaving. This process may seem simple, but it's not that complicated to do. As long as you keep in mind the formula of hooking 3 strands, for strings and 5 strings, he can make up one very cool wild bamboo mats. And he brought the mat back into the room. Since each bamboo piece is tailor-made by him, so it's just right on the bed. Then Away carried the saw into the woods again. Picked a passive lying tree monster. I saw that he used a saw to cut it off at the waist first. And then we cut it in sections. Combine the size of your heart. Away cut a total of 1 long and 1 short 2-end packs. The long one can be used as a stool. Sit on it to eat in the future. Drinking tea will be much more convenient. Short ones can be used to make wooden hammers. I saw that he first cut a round hole in the middle. Then fix a log in the round hole. Hung to his wooden hammer. In this way, he becomes as Away rammed the ground hard. The original rough house. Now it immediately becomes a fine decoration. Considering that I will live here for a long time. Away went to collect a lot of dry firewood again. Make sure the campfire in the fireplace doesn't go out. But he lived for 2 months. He's already hungry. So he quickly took out the tool. Start preparing your own dinner. Considering that I am still growing. He decided to eat more sausages in the evening. And after stringing it with bamboo sticks. And cut flour knives on it. This will make it more delicious. Then fry on low heat for 15 minutes. And a plate of tomato sauce. Not to mention how fragrant this taste is. Then a cup of hot tea without tea leaves. This day is indeed a moist beauty. After eating and drinking, he filled it up in Peru. Put a cushion on the bed. Then he lay down on it and fell asleep peacefully. And the next day, and he kept digging. He's going to build another bathroom next to it. Still the same excavation method. First, dig a space inside where you can move freely. And then reverse course. Continue to expand towards the depths of the mountain. In this way, Away lived for 3 days in a hurry. Finally put it. It was dug into a layout similar to the bedroom. But this time, there was a lot of dirt in the room. To move them out, Away had no choice but to add a few logs to the original trap. Stretch them all the way to the innermost position. And after that, you just put the dirt in a wood mine. Away can easily move them out. After clearing the soil, Away took the manuscript and continued to dig down. I thought this was where the bed was located. As a result, he dug up a half of it. Meter-deep pit. It turned out that this was the infinity pool he built for himself. As a man who pays attention to details, it's going to be a smooth surface all around. In order to facilitate later drainage, a small hole needs to be dug under the pool. After completion, Away went to find a bamboo tube. After cutting the top part, hollow out his inner wall with a knife. The bamboo tube at the other end should also be cut off. A thin layer of bayonet is obtained on the surface, so that they can be recombined. And then you stuff them into holes in the bottom of the pool. Away only needs to control the lid. You can fill the pool with water at any time. And considering that bare clay is prone to water seepage, so Away still needs to swim. The pool is waterproof. I saw that he first found a pile of stones from outside. And then clay and spring water. Stir a pile of fresh mud. Then dump the mud on the edge of the pool. Smear flat with both hands. Thanks to his many years of experience in plastering on construction sites. Test Away with only his own hands. It can also spread mud quickly and flat. And then before the mud was dry, spread the stones evenly. The bottom of the pool should also be embellished with stones. This will not only enhance his appearance, it also prevents the mud from cracking. And after laying all the stones, the next step is to solve the problem of water use. Thanks to my many years of experience with rheumatism, Away knows this. The region has abundant groundwater, and he digs right into the ground. As a wild king with ambition, he's going to drill a well here. Allow yourself to achieve true water freedom. As the wells are dug deeper and deeper, Away had to use stakes and ropes. Make yourself a safety rope, so that you can easily get in and out of the well. Finally, after digging down another 5 meters, the earth below is finally starting to seep. I have to. This water outlet effect is really an iron rod bucket. Frogs are quack. Then Away climbed out of the ground. And considering the open wellhead is more dangerous, so he's going to add a manhole cover on top of it. I saw him assembling a few planks. Make a huge door panel. And then we can create these wild compasses out of them. Draw circles on the board. And then you just cut the excess. It becomes a circular manhole cover. A handle needs to be added in the middle of the manhole cover. And when it's done, Away found another stump. Cutting with a saw, cut it in half from the middle. And then with a saw and a hammer, hollow out the middle of him. And we put them back together. It becomes a circular sink. As for the waterhole part, Away is made of wood and bamboo tubes. I saw that he first repaired the surroundings of the log, so he can fit right into the bamboo tube. Then 2 grooves were dug out of the side of the log. Cut a few through holes in the middle, so that the well water can pass smoothly. Then cut open the discarded rain boots. Stick the cut rain cloth on the round screen. Make it a simple one-way method. Put a sealing ring on the piston, with a rain cloth and a stick. Make it another one-way method. Way then applied a layer of twigs to the valve. Put them into the open bamboo tube one by one. They become equivalent piston and pump steel. The effect of drawing water from the bottom of the well can be achieved. I saw him put the bamboo tube into the well first. By moving up and down for 20 minutes in a row, successfully filled the bamboo tube with well water. Then install the manhole cover. And it's covered with mud. Let it blend in with the surrounding ground. Then Away applied glue on both sides of the sink. Put it in the position of the bamboo tube and reassemble it. The sink and the pool are connected by a supervisor. Away fixed a bracket next to it. After completion, put the piston into the bamboo tube. Then use the lever principle to add a handle to him. And then Way just shakes the handle. You can successfully extract water from the ground. And when the water level in the tank reaches a certain height, they'll follow the supervisor into the pool. After the pool is filled, Away quickly took a sip. It tastes so good. In order to allow the water in the pool to be discharged directly outdoors, Away dug another drain along the corner. And then we get a bamboo tube. One side is attached to the pool outlet. Continue to connect other bamboo tubes on the other side, until it extends beyond the hole. The excavated soil is then backfilled. In this way, the pool water can be discharged smoothly. Considering that I will live here for a long time, so in order to achieve self-sufficiency, Away is going to grow a batch of mushrooms at home. The location was chosen by the bathroom wall. It's cold and humid, just suitable for the growth of mushrooms. So he dug a deep hole in the ground. Then go outside and collect a pile of bamboo. Cut a row of small holes in it. And when you're done, you pile them together, using fire to dry their moisture. Wrap them in leaves and mud. And while waiting, Away prepared a pile of sawdust next to him. Again, we bake. In the blink of an eye, the next day arrived. The bamboo tubes and sawdust have been completely dried. Away first smashed the nodes in the bamboo tube with a wooden stick. And then you stuff the sawdust in little by little, until all the bamboo tubes are filled. Then use a pan fry to carry them back to the base. Fixed one by one in the pit by the wall. You just shove it in a bamboo tube into the county. Then 10 days of A&B. They will surely grow up. But before that, Away, you still have to use other ways to solve your lateness. Meal is a native wilderness king. Fishing has always been his forte. Just a very ordinary bamboo pole. He can make the fish at the bottom take the bait obediently. But he doesn't like it if it's too small. Take him directly back to his mother. Until I finally caught a big catfish over 2.5 kilograms. He went home satisfied. I saw him first lighting dry wood in the fireplace. Then string the catfish with bamboo poles. Stuck his end on the round table. The other end is placed on the fireplace for baking. And this takes about 50 minutes. So take advantage of this time. Away fill the pool with water. Then jump in and wash yourself. Tired of being busy for more than half a month. Most of it dissipated in an instant. After 50 minutes, the catfish on the bamboo tube has been roasted to the ground. So Away quickly took it out. Break off a lump of fish. Dip in your own ancestral seasoning. And I couldn't wait to taste it. It's really fragrant. Pair it with a cup of hot tea without tea leaves. It feels just right. After eating and drinking, he lay on the bed and fell asleep peacefully. And the next morning, he started scratching on the wall again. Because this pure clay wall is too simple. It does not conform to Away's family style of excellence. So he drew lines on the wall. Made him look like a brick. The process seems complicated. But it's not easy at all. Because if there is anyone, the line deviates by more than 1 millimeter. It is possible to make the entire wall design work before. Abandon. Fortunately, what Away focuses on is ingenuity, even without the tools. You can make them fast and straight. Then, he went nearby to collect a batch of white limestone. After smashing them into pieces, put it in a glass of water again. Just wait quietly for 4 hours. They become this white water whirring. And Way cuts a piece of bamboo, and hit him on the top again and again, until he takes the shape of a brush. So you can use him as a tool. Paint the water paste into the lines on the wall. And we sew it up. Don't say you kid, don't say it. Gradually color with the lines. Now the whole wall looks much more beautiful. And after this step is completed, Away went to collect a batch of bamboo brothers. Start by hitting it repeatedly with a stick. Turn it into tiny pieces of bamboo. And then we put the pieces together. To use the off piece for weaving and fixing, you can get an extended version of the wild bamboo mat. But these mats are not for sleeping on. It's for the ceiling. I saw Away move them into the room. Fix the 2 supervisors to the edge of the roof first. The groove has been cut in the middle of the supervisor in advance. So just stick both ends of the mat in the groove. And then there's a bolt in the middle. Then they can connect with the roof. Perfectly combined. This enhances its aesthetics at the same time. It also makes the overall structure more stable. Supervisors on both sides are also wrapped in mud. Make their transition to the wall more natural. And when it's done, Away came directly above the house. This round hole is where the chimney is located. To prevent rain from dousing the fire below, Away is going to add a roof to it. I saw him around the chimney first. Fixed circle main board. Enclose a shape that resembles a cone. And the spaces are woven with pieces of bamboo. Let them be firmly united. As a close disciple who was shut out by Luban, I didn't expect that when Away became a general. It's also a handlebar pinch. And after the main board is compiled, so he piles up the clay. Add an appropriate amount of mountain spring water to it. And some of the thatch we just collected. Stir with ancestral living noodles. You get a fresh batch of wild mud. Then you just put the mud on the bamboo basket. It can be completely sealed around it. The world says mud can't hold up a wall. That must be because they haven't seen it yet. Away's plastering skills. I saw his plastering actions open and close. Soon the mud wall will be successfully capped. And wait until the position of the edge is repaired and leveled. He goes to the nearby meadows and harvests with a shovel. Got a batch of turf. It is said that this wild turf is very expensive. For every kilogram there is a kilogram. He collected hundreds of caddies at once. And while the mud is still dry, pounds them up quickly. It allows them to become integrated with their surroundings. As for the top part, Away is made a roof directly out of bamboo slices. That way you don't have to worry about heavy rain outside. It's raining lightly inside. Due to the open opening, it is easy to leak air. It's also not good for keeping wild friends out. So, Away is going to install a gate for him next. I saw that he first cut a circle of grooves in the entrance of the hole. Then measure the size with a ruler. And then I started making the gate next to it. He first made the frame out of 2 planks. Cover it with a layer of sticks. Add a diagonal brace in the middle of the board. Can make the overall structure more stable. He then used the pieces of bamboo to weave out a frame. Just got stuck in the groove at the entrance of the hole. So you can use it as a template. Draw a mark on the door panel. And then you just saw off the excess. Add a handle to it. You get a very standard door. Here we go. He only needs to fix a log at the entrance of the hole. You can install the door directly on it. Now the sense of security at home is directly filled. As for the aisle at the door, Away laid a few slabs on it. And you get a really nice slate road. And it's surrounded by sod. And as Away completes this step, the construction of the entire shelter is officially completed. To celebrate this wonderful occasion, he decided to cook himself a feast. Replenish the body. Clean up the whole machine first. Spread the bottom of the pot with fresh cilantro. Sprinkle some white rice on top. Put the whole machine in. After adding an appropriate amount of well water, put it directly on the heat and simmer for 2 hours. And while waiting, Away added 2 benches to his home. Because today is the time when the mansion is completed. So he invited the elders of the family over as well. The elders looked at the plain-looking cave. I didn't expect it to be different inside. These ingenious designs. And the luxury of the decoration. It has completely exceeded their imagination. The well water in the pool is very cool. Just right for washing your face. The mushrooms next to it have also grown up. Just enough to pick some and take them back home. And this time, the chicken pot on the other side has also been cooked. So Away quickly took it out. The 2 chicken thighs are distributed to the elders first. I pulled a chicken wing. And the family ate it. See your new house? Can get the approval of the elders. Away's wilderness life. Is it really getting more and more promising?